today I have a special guest. This is Figaro. He's one of my little foster kittens. He's a little rambunctious thing ready to get on and run around, but he'll kind of cheer us on during our chair yoga today, aren't you? He said meow. That's a yes. So today we're gonna do a chair yoga sequence. So all you need is a chair, preferably one without arms. But if you are in your wheelchair, we can still do most of the things together in your wheelchair, that's fine. But just finding a seated position. Just sit up nice and tall. So today we're focusing on the lower body. I know in chair yoga, it's real easy to kind of focus on the upper body as we have been doing, but we're gonna focus on the lower body, the hips, strengthening as well as stretching it and releasing tension through the lower body. So since we are focusing on the lower body, our concept or our word of the day is grounding. And so no, I don't mean the kind of grounding when you talk back to your mom and you can't leave the house for a week because of it as a punishment. When we talk about grounding in yoga, we're talking about bringing ourselves back down to earth. So a lot of times we focus on stresses, worries, we get all up here, we get in our thoughts. And we're trying to bring ourselves back down to earth, feeling calm and centered and focused. So let's just close the eyes for a moment. Feel that grounding. Feel your sit bones planted down. And feel the top of your head pulling up. So we're really lengthening through the spine here. Just taking some deep breaths in and out. So as we focus on the breath, we try not to focus on any thoughts about anything outside of this practice. That's part of grounding as well, allowing yourself to be here, present in the moment. Let the shoulders relax down. Let all of your muscles feel soft. Deep, full breaths in and out. We'll stay with this breath. And you can gently blink your eyes to open. So we're just gonna kind of shift the weight to one side here. So you kind of feel that shift into the one side, maybe even this other hip and sit bone lift up. Breathe as we hold. And then shift back to center. Feel that shift, feel that grounding right there in the middle. And then we shift, slowly take your time to the other side and hold. And then we come back through center. Again, really feel the sit bones planting down. As we press down into the sit bones, we lift up through the crown of the head, sitting up nice and tall and straight, nice and proud. Deep breaths. So we're going to tuck the tailbone out, kind of bring the chest forward so you feel a gentle pelvic tilt. I'm going to turn sideways just to show you here. So we go from neutral to this. Very good. Just like that. And again, I'm turning sideways in my chair to show you the spinal adjustments, the posture there, but you can stay right facing forward in your chair. And then we're gently going to begin to shift back. So now we're kind of rounding the back. You feel the weight transfer into the back of your spine there, your tailbone. Just breathe and round. So we're going to run through that one more time. All right, so feeling nice and centered here, sitting up nice and tall. And then we begin to slowly take it to the side. Putting most of the weight into this side sit bone. Shifting to center, to the other side. And through center. So you stay where you are. I'm going to turn sideways to show you the alignment here. But so first we're going to press the shoulders back, chest forward. So we press the weight kind of comes forward into the pelvis area. Head hang heavy here. And then we release up. All right, so coming just back to our seat here, sitting up nice and tall. And so we're going to walk the feet in a little bit, and we're going to lift the heels. So if you look down towards the bottom of the screen there, we're going to lift the heels. And so we really hold the heels. See, my toes are down, heels up. Just breathe. And then I'm actually going to move to the edge of my chair here to show you. But let's inhale, let's set the heels back down. We'll release the heels down. And then exhale, we lift the heels up. Inhale down. Exhale up. Again. One more. So now we're going to, and I wish I could show you a little better here, but we're going to lift the toes. So your whole foot's down except for the toes. We lift the toes up. So I'll hover my feet so you can see they're at the bottom of your screen. And then relax. Inhale. Exhale, lift the toes. Inhale, relax. Exhale, lift. Exhale, lift. Inhale. Exhale, lift. And release down. Very good. So we're going to come into a leg extension here. And so just however much or little you can lift that leg, we're just going to lift the leg. And then we're going to point the toes and flex. Let's do movement with breath. Let's do inhale, point, exhale, flex. Continue to move with breath. Two more. Last one. This time we flex and let's really try to spread those toes. Just as much or as little as you can. And release down. So we're going to do the same thing, other leg. So let's just start with that leg extension. So we're here. Sitting up nice and tall. And then we point, inhale, flex, exhale. Very good. One more. This time we flex and we separate our toes just as much or as little as you can. And we set it down. So going back to the first leg here, and so kind of grabbing behind the hamstring. And if you're able to lift the leg up like this, that's perfect. If you're not able, if that is too much, or maybe you start with this but it becomes too much as we go through, you can always release that leg back down and still go with the movement with us. But what we're going to do is work on extending again. So let's extend. Let's see. Let's do inhale, relax. That's always good to relax on the inhale. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale. Very good. One more. And release. So we'll go to the other side, work on the same thing. So again, lift up if you can. If at any point you can't, just relax that leg back down to the chair. Inhale, relax. Exhale, extend. Inhale. Exhale, very good. One more. All right, so let's go back to that first leg and we're just gonna roll out the ankle here. So nice and easy. And then reverse. It always feels good to roll out the ankles. Releasing tension in the joints. Set it down. Other leg. Rolling out the ankle. And reverse. I hear the little kitten Figaro running around with his little bell toy. All right, and then we'll set it down. So getting into a little bit of strengthening here. So as always, we're gonna focus on what we can do and not even worry about anything we can't do. So let's come towards the edge here. Sitting up nice and tall. And we're just gonna press firmly into the feet. So I want you to feel your legs engage, feel your hips try to lift up here. So press, press, press. And soften. Very good. Take a deep breath here. I'm gonna turn sideways just to give you another angle here. But again, we wanna remember to sit up nice and tall. So we're gonna do that again, but we might even stand up this time. And I say might because you don't have to, but we'll just use that same engagement that we would if we were to stand up. All right, so ready? Take a deep, full breath in, out. So we're going to press, press, press into our legs. Maybe even stand up. And then down. So even if you still stay seated the whole time, you can still press. You feel the hips start to lift up. So just do what you can today. We're gonna do a few more of those. All right, so first let's press before we even try to lift off. Press, engage, and then we can use a little bit of momentum to get up. And then we sit down. 2 more. So press, press, press. Maybe stand up. And back down. Remember to breathe. Last time here. Press, press, press. You can use some momentum and then sit it back down. You did a very good job. Well, that was a little bit of work there. So maybe we can take a quick little sip of water, little break, before we get into some more hip opening. Just coming back to a seat here. Nice and tall. Feeling your sit bones planted down. We're grounding into the earth. Feel the top of the head lifting up. So we're going to take this leg out to the side just as far as we feel comfortable, just as much or as little as we can. That's my favorite saying. As much or as little as we can. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. And we're just gonna stay here and breathe. So you feel a stretch through the inner hips, inner thighs. Just taking a deep breath here. Coming back to neutral, and we're going to take the other leg out to the side. So I forgot to mention this, but we are trying to plant our heels. So trying to plant the entire foot, sitting up nice and tall. You can even kind of open your knees a little bit more if that feels good. Back. We're gonna do that again. So first, like going to the side, just out to the side as much as you can, trying to plant both feet here. And then we might even play, I need to move my water out of the way. I have my water over here blocking me. But we might even, we're just gonna play with this. Take the other leg out. We're gonna turn. So we're kind of in a lunge here, a type, sort of almost like a warrior two, but we're trying to turn our hips to face towards this leg. And then we're gonna slowly transition, finding our way back to the middle. So again, we're just playing with stuff. If yours doesn't look like mine, that's okay. Just do what you can. We're just here to stretch and celebrate ourselves. So we'll start by taking the leg out to the side. And then maybe take this leg out, and we're kind of turning the leg there. Just however much or little that you can. Bring it back to center here. So for our next stretch, I want you to think about, let's start with crossing the ankles. So see how this knee comes open? We're gonna start with crossing one ankle over the other and letting that knee open. We're just gonna stay there for a breath, and we might stay here the whole time if you need to. We might progress. We might take it all the way up, ankle over thigh. All right, so see how that feels. It might not feel good, and then you'll go right back down to the crossed ankles. We're gonna sit up nice and tall. And maybe even think about pressing this knee down gently, and we're just gonna stay and breathe. Excellent. All right, so let's start with that cross over the ankle. So again, cross over the ankle, let that knee open, feel that gentle stretch through the thigh. Take a few moments to breathe. Might progress to that big hip opening. Again, we're trying to sit up nice and tall. Maybe begin to apply some pressure there. So just take a couple side to side rocks here. Just nice and easy. And then maybe take some circular movements with the torso. So feeling all different parts of the sit bone and the legs pressing into the chair there. Last thing we're going to do, reverse direction. Back to our seat that we started in. Maybe let your eyes close. Again, feel your sit bones, feel your weight evenly distributed into the chair, pressing down into the sit bones, lifting up through the top of the head, taking some deep, full breaths in and out. focusing on anything other than your breath. Gently blink your eyes to open when you're ready. I hope that you feel more calm and centered. I hope that you feel grounded and secure. And I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day.